Stick with me, please. I am going through a major change in my life. All these damn planets are going over my ascendant, and it is causing me to try to make some long-lasting, healthy changes in my life. And one of them is cutting out caffeine from my life, which I have been drinking caffeine non-freaking stop for 25 freaking years. So please, my brain feels like macaroni in a pot. Okay, wait. No. Oh my God, why did I use that reference? We're going to talk about the new moon. We're going to do some astro talk. If you guys are not into it, skip ahead to your choices. We're also going to do a pick a card towards the end. New moon, pick a card. It's going to be happening in Capricorn sidereally, and it is in the lunar mansion or nakshatra of Dhanishta. Now, Dhanishta is an interesting thing. Well, first, let's talk about Capricorn. Sorry, guys. You don't have any idea how it feels to come off of caffeine. It is a literal drug. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn is that energy of like putting in really, really hard work for long-term success. And Capricorn doesn't delegate, okay? Capricorn is not like, hey, you minion, you go do my work. Capricorn is like that boss that looks over your shoulders, that makes sure you're doing everything right, because it just knows that if they want something done right, they got to do it themselves, okay? So basically, I would say that this new moon, it's about, even though Mercury is in retrograde, we got Mars in its own sign of Aries. So even though we feel collectively this Mercury retrograde energy, we also feel this like surge of energy and motivation and go-getter spirit. So we don't want to just sit still. We want to like go towards our goals. And so it's a good time to lay the foundation for all that kind of stuff. I was talking about Dhanishta. Dhanishta is the drums. The symbol for it is Shiva's drums. So what it is that the people who tend to have Dhanishta in their chart as their nakshatras, which by the way, you can look that up if you're interested. Just type in your Vedic birth chart or something like that. And believe it or not, there are Vedic astrologers who use tropical. So you do what you have to do. We're talking sidereal today, but I'm in between. To be honest with you guys, I'm in between researching both. And, you know, I've been researching both for like a year and a half, 2 years. And I'm going to be talking about that later. But but basically, Dhanishta is the drum. So basically, anybody who has Dhanishta in their chart, they tend to really love music or like music, or they march to their own beat of the drums, or whatever you say. So this new moon, if you want to make like a playlist for yourself on Spotify or something like that, or if you're somebody who already has a playlist, put it on shuffle, see what kind of music comes up. A lot of people do this. There's a yoga forming here, and yoga is just a combination in your chart. So what's happening right now is all the planets are in between Rahu, the north node, Ketu, the south node. And whenever all the planets are in between these lunar nodes, what it creates is a yoga called Kalasarpa yoga. And it hems the planets. And what happens is that, you know, if you have this in your chart, you're somebody who may experience a lot of unpredictable moments in your life, lots of ups and downs. You might be somebody who unexpected things happen in your life, or maybe you're extremely psychic. But it's up to you to use the psychic gifts for good or for bad, right? So that's what's happening right now in the sky. And when that happens, you bet your butt, this new moon, there could be some unexpected things happening. On a collective level, we have that Mars and Aries energy of like just a lot of power happening, and a lot of drive and motivation and all of that. And so I don't know, like our feelings could go through unexpected like ups and downs, or we might have a collective like psychic moment. Now, I know that because I talked to my friend, and I also have been having very synchronistic moments where whatever I'm watching, people are talking about this, and I'm just like, what? That's crazy. And when I met my friend the other day, they were telling me that they're having a lot of dreams about the past, especially like in the house that they grew up in. And it's crazy. It's like a lot of people are talking about this right now. And I have been having a lot of vivid dreams about my past as well. So I don't know if you guys resonate in a way. I know some people are having nightmares a lot lately. So you let me know what kind of dreams you've been having. But I think we're all kind of going through the same wavelength when it comes to our dreams or subconscious, where we are breaking free from something from the past, or maybe I don't know what it could be telling us in this moment, but in the psychic realm, in the subconscious, I think we're all kind of connecting to the past in some way. A lot of people who have Danishta in their chart are psychically inclined, or have a good perception, I should say rather, about the truth, like what is actually happening. So don't mess with the Danishta. And you know, they have spiritual knowledge, and that's when it's working in the positive side of the Nishta. And especially because the Nishta goes from Capricorn to Aquarius, and they're both ruled by Saturn. This is about compassion and care for humanity, and showing that to the humanity in a positive way. In the shadow way, the Nishta can be greedy and stuff like that. But so yeah, it's just like, I feel like that's what's happening planetarily with this new moon. Let's see if my macaroni brain has missed anything. Yeah, it's, you know, we can learn from Capricorn about patience and perseverance. Okay? So basically, we want to be able to do that. You don't want to rush yourself, because any quality work is not rushed. And, you know, if you want quality results, then sometimes you got to expect to put more time and effort into something. And sometimes you have to expect to spend more, right? If you want good, long-lasting quality. Your moon nakshatra is really, really important. And the Nishta moon natives, the most famous ones, Marilyn Monroe, Princess Diana. So it creates good fame and fortune. But at the same time, you know how those both died. So it's like, it's not really good for marital situations. But yeah, I don't know why I mentioned that. I was just reading about that the other day, and I thought that would be interesting to include. I don't want to scare anybody. It's just this Danishta. I'm really interested in nakshatras, and I'll always be a student of it. So I kind of just wanted to throw that in there. But happy new moon. Go for your dreams and aspirations. Use that power that you have to motivate yourself, to be patient through this process. Listen to some music. Take it easy. The unexpected could happen, but go with the flow. All right. Okay, everyone, here is your pick a card portion for what's coming up ahead with this new moon, group number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, group number 1, let's find out what this new moon is bringing your way. Group number 1, what is the new moon bringing their way? Okay. Okay, let's find out. So, group number 1, here we go. Right now is a perfect time to look over your daily routine and to also remember to be flexible. I talked about earlier the astrological energies of this new moon, and so I mentioned that there could be some unexpected changes that's coming our way because of the Kalasarpa yoga that is happening. And so just remain flexible. Whatever may come your way, just focus on your dreams, aspirations, and goals, and put your real hard work behind it, because it's the new moon in Capricorn. But this is basically saying right now you have to remain flexible, okay? And in remaining flexible, there's also a strength that is associated with that. When we feel like we have to be in control of something all the time, it brings us this unneeded stress, because whatever is going to happen is going to happen regardless. You know what I'm saying? So basically, this is just saying you got to remain flexible, and there's a strength associated with that as well. Okay, and then we have the Six of Wands to clarify that. So maybe you had something planned, maybe there was some kind of results that you were expecting from something. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means that take it easy on yourself, let some time pass, and you will get the results that you desire, but it may not come at the exact time. By the way, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but this new moon will sort of affect the next 30 days coming, okay? So the next month or so. So in this next month, it is the Mercury retrograde and everything like that. So you might have this passion and drive to accomplish something, but it's just saying the results that you want, it kind of requires you to remain flexible about it, okay? All right, what do we got here? Okay, so this is actually a beautiful time to kind of focus on your wisdom, your intellect, and educating yourself about some things that you're interested in. It is also the focus, and the wisdom comes from this inner knowing, which is your intuition. So it's that you're going to have to look through a situation, okay? I talked about earlier the Nishta Nakshatra, which is the lunar mansion. The people who do have this in their chart, there is a ability to look through BS, okay? They're like truth seekers. And so you might find that with this new moon, that is being activated within you, and you are able to see through situations because of your inner knowing, okay, or your intuition. And that's explained by the purple color as well. This is your crown. When we have the Six of Cups, there you go. So I feel like what's going to help you look through a situation, it could be about friendships, it could be about certain associations that you have. And also I feel like you're kind of more focusing on what brings you happiness and balance in your life. And so there's strength that you have, there's wisdom that you have, okay? Because instead of focusing on needing to control a certain outcome, you're more giving into joy and happiness, and sharing your kindness with other people and your compassion. So there's a beautiful balance with that. There's emotional balance here, okay? There's great communication here as well. And then what do we got here? Okay, some of you might feel a little bit lonely right now, or a little bit detached from the external world. You might feel detached, or you might feel that you can't really connect with other people or your external situation right now, but it's saying that this is just temporary and you're going to win over this situation, okay? You might feel like you can't relate to certain things that is happening around you, but you will overcome this, okay? Because we have the Knight of Wands. Things are coming in fast, things are happening for you, and there's also passion and drive that you have. And your focus should be on that, putting that energy, that Mars and Aries energy that's happening right now, focus it on your desires, focus it on your passion and drive, and your personal growth, okay? So that's what the new moon kind of brings your way, is just a quick review. Remain flexible, there's strength there. you're working and you're listening and you're leaning into your wisdom and you're focusing more on what brings you joy and happiness, maybe playing games, doing something that you enjoy, and connecting with other people, reaching out. If you feel lonely, you're gonna win over this situation and put that energy and drive and passion towards your desires and your aspirations. Okay, that's what I see for you guys. Group number 1. Group number 2, welcome to your reading. We're going to find out what this new moon is bringing your way. And if you're interested in the astro talk I did in the beginning, go back and look at it. There's some messages there. Okay, so group number 1, or group number 2, excuse me. You know, all these planets are going over my ascendant and my brain is mush. So I apologize. Group number 2, what do they need to know for this upcoming new moon? Oh, there you go. Okay. Group number 2, new moon. Number 2, new moon. Number 2, new moon. Okay, there we go. Let's find out. Boom. Okay, so we have round and round, okay? And that's reverse. It means maybe you kind of can resonate with me on some type of level that you feel like you're going around in circles in a hamster wheel. This Mercury retrograde is doing that maybe to you. Let's find out. 2 of coins. Okay, yeah, so it's like, it seems like this new moon, you're going to be faced with a big decision that you have to make, or you're in between 2 things right now, or you might feel that you're at a crossroads, or whatever you call it. Excuse me. But anyways, with the 2 of coins and around, it's like something, it could be something to do with your finances, of course. It could be something to do with your health. You might feel a little bit imbalanced in some way. Or you might feel that you're going around and you're not really making progress. That's totally fine, okay? That is totally fine. You're gonna get through this. We have go the distance. Oops. And we also have temperance. Wow, this temperance is beautiful. Look. Oh, you guys, this is my favorite deck as of now. I don't know what it's called, but I'll link it down below. It's beautiful. But anyways, with the go the distance and the temperance, it's almost like you got to take it easy on yourself, okay? Maybe you have been going a little too fast. Maybe you're kind of running out of steam. You can see this cheetah here. It's going so fast that, you know, it's almost like a really fast picture and you're trying to capture the moment and it's blurring. You can't even see, you know, that's how fast this cheetah is going. But in going so fast, it's losing some of itself. You know, it's losing a part of their what's brought them here, which is their legs. So it's like, you guys have been going a little too fast. You're gonna need to take it a little bit slow, okay? Temperance, go easy on yourself. It's all about balance. You see this beautiful picture of you know, I posted something about listening to yourself. You don't want to spend hours and hours and energy and time and effort looking for answers outside of yourself, because whatever God sits within you, God is you. You are part of God. And this divine energy that you have comes from this lotus, which is going through a whole lot of mud and coming through. And that's what life is, right? Life is hard. Life is tough. Earth is a painful place to be in. Things don't come easy, right? And through it all, you come out like this lotus. And so God energy is within you. You need to look more within yourself and ask yourself, like, why do you feel in such a hurry to get somewhere? Okay, and in the process, are you losing yourself? Do you feel tired? Do you feel overwhelmed? Take it easy, right? This temperance is saying. Maybe take a little bath. You know, it requires more effort than just taking a shower, but maybe take a bath. And you see this, like, I feel like you're doing, you know, 10 different things at once and you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. So just remain balanced, and there's beauty in that as well, okay? And you're not getting any further from your goal if you just take a rest. You're still at the same position. You're not going backwards. Okay? And yeah. Anyways, we have breathe. Oh my gosh, you guys, group number 2. I'm so sorry. I feel like you're going through a lot. So just take a breather, you know. It's important for you to sort of take a breath, you know, do some breathing exercises. Sometimes I catch myself not breathing. Sometimes I'm anxious so much that I've quit breathing, and then my fingers start to tingle, and I'm like, whoa, I wasn't breathing. You see that flame? So it's like you gotta breathe. Remind yourself to breathe. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take some time. Slowly. Okay, that's gonna help you with some anxiety that you could be feeling or whatever. And of course, meditation is really important. Looking within. You see a face right in the middle there. Oops. You see a face right there, right? So it's like just realizing that God is in you and you have all the guidance that you need inside, that you don't have to feel like you're in some type of a race, okay? Ooh, you see that? You see that Knight of Coins right there? You know, the Knight of Coins is slow and steady, wins the race, okay? You are the turtle, but you have been going and going like the rabbit. And at the end of the day, you're going to win the race if you can take it easy on yourself. Take it one step at a time, guys. Group number 2, please. Don't push yourself, okay? Knight of Coins is just saying, hey, you know, it's slow, but you're still making progress. And that's that Capricorn and new moon energy. Okay? Capricorn knows how to work smart. You got to learn how to work smart. Okay, group number 2, that's what I see for you. Breathe. Okay, group number 3, let's find out what's coming your way this new moon. Group number 3. Coming your way this new moon. Oh, all right, you guys are special. You got 4 cards. So let's find out. So this message will take effect for the next 30 days. Okay, this new moon will affect the next 30 days. All right, so let's find out. Number 3. I'm getting the message that this has something to do with the new moon, the full moon that happened. So the last, oh wow, you guys have so many extra cards. We're gonna go with it. But I was saying, yeah, I keep hearing new moon in my mind, even though, the full moon. Oh my gosh, this Mercury retrograde, I swear. But I feel like it's like something to do with whatever the last full moon was. There's something that might still be on your mind about that. So like 2 weeks ago, but let's find out. Okay, so we have chase. Face and embrace the woman or man in the mirror. And then to clarify that, we have the 5 of Cups. Oh, you guys have been going through some kind of... I was saying in the beginning, in the intro, in the Astro Talk, that a lot of the people that I know, or from what I have been hearing and experiencing myself as well, there are dreams about the past that's creeping in, okay? So dreams about the childhood home that you grew up in, your childhood in general, or maybe like your first love or whatever it is. There's something that's coming up in the dreams. If you decode it, if you guys have been having these dreams, even if you haven't on a subconscious level, maybe you're still working through some traumas or something from the past, okay? Even if it was your childhood and it was a long time ago, you know, it maybe you felt some sort of a pressure or the need to be perfect or the need to be whatever it is, right? It's going to be different for everybody, but maybe there's some kind of a hurt that's going to come up this new moon that you have to work through, okay? Or maybe you guys have been going through this and you guys have been chasing the past. Maybe some of you guys are focusing on your past mistakes or traumas or hurts or whatever it is, and you're kind of putting yourself in the past, and you are taking away from the current moment. And as I always say, time is the most valuable currency, right? Money we can always get back, but time is so precious. And if we live in the past, we take away what now can bring our way, right? And we can't just live in the past. So maybe you guys have been kind of dealing with some of that hurts or whatever it is. Then we got the 7 of coins with the car. And the car says, get into the driver's seat of your life. Maybe you feel that you have lost control over your life in a spiritual sense. The need for you to look within and to find your self-worth is coming up with this new moon. And I'm sorry if it's a little bit like, oh my gosh, I don't want to put a damper on your day or anything like that. That is not my intention at all. But maybe you have felt like you were in some sort of a chase and you're kind of stuck in the past and you're still dealing with that. And at the same time, you're trying to find yourself again. You're trying to get back into that driver's seat to take control over your life, okay? And in that process, it's kind of evoking something spiritually as well. The more you go within and the more you focus on spirituality, because honestly guys, like I don't particularly like resonate with the word or use the word spiritual bypassing, because I personally don't believe in it. I always think that it's always going to catch up with you, and sorry if I mentioned this before, but for some reason, when the more you become spiritual and you expose yourself to this type of belief and expose yourself to the unknown and the mysteries that life holds, you're suddenly brought into this position of the things that you have forgotten about coming back up to the surface, and you're like, oh my God, if I knew spirituality was about this, I wouldn't have done it. Or maybe like in your everyday life, you weren't kind of focusing on that and you were happy just ignoring it. You were happy to just forget it. But as you go through the spiritual awakening, you're finding that it's like layers of an onion, right? It's like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that. Why is that still bothering me? Right? And so with this, I feel like this new moon is going to bring you more control over and more confidence over your future. Okay, so we have guide. As you can see here, it's reverse, and then we're having this card upright, and then now this is reversed. Can you see that? So with the guide, we have following the footprints of greatness. Okay, so there could be some influential things that are coming up for you with this new moon. It could be an actual guide, a teacher, or someone who just gives you positive influence to get back on track. It could be a song that you hear, because I talked about earlier the Danishta Nakshatra, which the new moon is happening in. It's all about the drums, right? Marching to the beat of your own drums and music, messages coming through, listening. And so maybe that's what this is saying. And then we have the 8 of Swords reverse. So this is actually a good card to have reversed, because upright would indicate that you're stuck in a situation and it's bothering you mentally and you feel like you are in a cage, okay? And you have put yourself in this situation. But reverse would mean that you're going to be released from this. You're going to realize, oh, this was the problem and this is how I'm going to be solving it. So you're going to feel empowered to take charge of your life. Okay, and then we have Mountain Hill. We have, what does it say? Reach your goals, okay? So I feel like, okay, and then we have the 2 of Cups. Okay, this could have been a situation relating to another person or something that you were really connected to on a soul and spiritual level, something that held your emotions really, really close. And so with this mountain and hill, I feel like you realize that maybe this is not worth having. Maybe you feel some sort of a disconnect from it, okay? And it could have been something from your past that you're trying to get over, and you finally, with this new moon, reach to the point of realizing that. By the way, this is such a beautiful card. Look at it. Oh, can you see it? Okay, so what I'm seeing here, it's like, you know, people say like, I don't want to die on this hill or whatever the hell they say. I feel like it's saying you're like, you know what? It's not worth it. Like, I thought that this would make me happy, but I realized it's not worth it, or something like that. Yeah, and then finally we have the Six of Wands. So this was your bonus card. Actually, these all three were your bonus card, right? So this is kind of showing you about your future in the upcoming 30 days. In the next month or so, what you're going to be feeling is you're going to feel some sort of achievement or celebration. Okay, I think you finally come to this realization that, hey, this is not worth the climb. It's not worth it. It doesn't, I don't want it anymore. Like, I feel a disconnect to it in the most positive way possible, because that thing that you were connected to before held your happiness. It made you feel that you were not in control over your life. It made you feel like you were chasing and chasing. It could never reach the goal. It made you feel like you were disconnected from your guides, your higher self. And ultimately what's going to happen is you're going to realize that I don't feel like I want to climb that mountain, because I know that my happiness is not attached to it. And so you come to this place of the Six of Wands where there's some sort of an achievement or happiness that you feel. There could be a celebration that's coming your way with this new moon, okay? So I hope that resonated with some people, because I know that is deep. I wish you all the best.